All right. Well, other than that scary hash, what kind of trolly things do you think this seed has in store for us today?
Uh, there's a lot that can. There's Metroid Prime can give you a lot of trolley stuff, even just like outside of randomizer. Even so, if when you add in the randomizer, it just everything can break loose. And we're starting off. Oh, Kalibur falling off the ship. Our runners are going for a trick called space jump first. Jaychalke and Kalibur both missing it. What they're doing is looks like Kalibur got it. What they're doing is called a scan dash. So you have no horizontal speed cap in Metroid Prime, and by letting go of the L button while you're doing a dash, you just keep all of that horizontal momentum.
And we see the morph ball there in the alcove. That's probably one of the best items you can see there, so long as there's a missile right there, and that's it.
Yeah, this is a really good start so far.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely want to see missiles just because that gives you immediate access to the artifact temple over here.
and if you want, it also gives you access to check crash site. They probably won't be able to get it immediately because they don't have the space jump yet, but that could be here on Artifact Temple. But it's also just good knowledge to have what's there. Like, if it's something important like the Phazon suit or even Ice Beam, that's incredible knowledge to have early on, even if it won't be in Logic.
Alright, and the other great thing about the Artifact Temple is we're going to be able to get all 6 hints to the 6 artifacts that our runners are going to have to collect in order to finish the game. What we'll see them both scan them real quick, but then they'll check you in their pause menu whenever they feel like they need to start looking that up.
Interesting of note, Jaychalke opted not to go to Artifact Temple. He's heading either straight for Transport Tunnel B or Chozo. It looks like Chozo.
And it may not be that big of a deal because it was just a missile expansion here at the temple.
But we'll see if Kalibur decides to go and check crash site. So already we have a slight route divergence. We'll see if that comes into play later. If Jaychalke decides to check Artifact Temple later, he probably might want to anyway, just because you want to know the locations of those artifacts at some point. That's very important information to have to beat the game, essentially. Know where your go mode is.
Right, so just knowing, because you can also infer what items you need. You may or may not be needing the super missile or things like thermal visor or X-ray visor based on what items you have or what artifacts you need to collect.
And it looks like we just have a missile in Ruined Shrine here. Jaychalke opting to collect it.
Getting the nice scan dash to get over in there without triggering the fight.
We'll see if he's able to get the second skip. Doesn't look like he's going for it.
It's not as big of a deal because once you collect the item, the barrier keeping you from leaving the room is gone.
But it's still a nice RTA time save. And Kalibur is opting to head over to Transport Tunnel B. So we'll see if that gets him anything. Could be bombs here, could be space jump, whole myriad of things. Could even be another missile expansion, which is probably most likely. Yeah, yep. What did I tell you?
Now, I saw main plaza. Was that the ice beam over there right after the vault?
I didn't take a look over there, so I missed it, but it might have been. I'm not sure what items you could... Our restream is a little blurry as of note, but I have mistook Ice Beam for Space Jump boots before. So it could probably be one of those two things. They look very similar from a distance with the resolution we've got.
Okay, Jaychalke taking a quick safety save here. No harm with that. Took a little damage off of those scarabs. Those scarabs are really scary. They do like 1 damage each, but there's like 100 of them. So yeah, really scary.
I think they actually do more damage if you're not morphed. In the morph ball, they actually do less damage. So they're more dangerous to go through before you have the morph ball. All we've been finding so far are just missile expansions, so nothing quite yet of importance besides that morph ball.
Oh, and I had a hard time seeing what was on the grapple ledge of Main Plaza. That
It was
either
just
was
a
a
missile
missile.
expansion. It was a missile expansion. I saw that before when Jaychalke got in there. Kalibur opting to come over here, check Ruin Shrine as well. And Jaychalke, we'll see if he gets this Hive Mecha Dash. That looked close.
Yeah, I think you need to be another half a step forward to make that work.
That or he just needed to bend his dash less to the left. That was not quite a good dash. If you hold the stick left or right at all, that starts to kill your momentum because, well, your horizontal speed caps, your forward speed cap starts to come into play as soon as you start looking that direction. It looks like he's just giving up and going against Hive Mecha. So that's Space Jump from the Hive Mecha. So that probably was Ice Beam that you saw after Vault there. So yeah, the trigger to start this fight that Jaychalke is doing is actually the bridge itself. If you get over that or near that, that's what starts this fight up. So he was trying to dash just alongside of it so he can get to that item. Looks like Kalibur is going to be going for it. That looks good. Oh!
Oh no! Yeah, that hitbox.
Oh! It looks like he started.
Is the entire bridge, and so
Yes.
even if you put your back foot onto it, it still triggers the fight.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like he started bending that forward just a little too early. So we have a double Hive Mecha fight for those of you that like this boss fight.
The spore spawn of Metroid Prime, as someone in chat put it.
Jaychalke, though, about to get his space jump boots, so...
I do like the strat of shooting a missile right as they spawn out of the Hive Mecha's mouth.
And we have super missiles at the back of Hive Mecha. That can mean a lot of things. And yeah, that is actually I've never thought of it. I just usually spam shots like Kalibur is doing. Very interesting that they gave us super missiles immediately.
So that probably hints towards progression in several areas. There's the Phendrana shorelines that definitely needs one. There's the labs that will need one, but none of those we have access to at the moment.
Another important thing is biohazard in Frigate.
Or the
super missiles to get to.
There's also the tree in the main plaza.
That's also true. That's actually not too bad of a check to get. That's Ice Beam in Vault.
Oh, okay. Wow. So we're gonna need to come back here with bombs.
Yeah.
Jaychalke making sure his eyes are not deceiving him.
Was it Ice Spray you saw then, or well? I guess
we'll see it in a moment. So let's see what this was.
Varia suit.
Oh, Varia.
Okay, wow. That's very important. That can hint to. That was not intended, I swear. That can hint to bombs being in Magmore. That can hint to power bombs being in Magmore, which in turn hides bombs. There's just a lot of stuff that could hint to. Oh, Jaychalke falling off of the branch there.
Kalibur retracing his steps, getting the various suit as well.
Mm-hmm. Probably going to be heading over to do the same check Jaychalke is. It just ends up being a missile expansion.
Yeah, this was a bit of a sequence break anyway. You're not supposed to be able to get there unless you had the boost ball.
Mm-hmm. I don't believe that our logic allows for or considers the standable branch right there. I mean, it's not a bad check though. If you have space jump, because it's right there.
That is one nice thing about the randomizer itself, is you can configure it to consider standable collision like that when it starts placing items. So if you wanted to make up a custom seed using that, you could do that.
And as a good note, the logic for our tournaments is a glitchless logic. So it does not expect our players to be familiar with any tricks in the game. It also expects them to it also expects them to not know where things like invisible ledges or thermal conduits are. So when we go to like Arbor Chamber or Phazon Mines, it expects you to have X-ray visor for those invisible platforms, or thermal visor for conduits, for example.
So both runners went right by it a couple of times, but neither runner actually used their super missiles to open up the tree in Main Plaza.
They probably forgot about it. Actually, they don't have charge beam to use it.
Oh, see, one of the things for this tournament is we don't shuffle the charge beam. That's so that you can actually use your super missiles, but you just have to go and pick it up.
Yeah. And we don't have any energy tanks yet, so we might not be able to check this. They might not, like Kalibur at least, might not opt to check this watery hall item that's underground.
Yeah, 52 energy, probably not enough to make it there and back in time.
Not even with the 10% damage reduction. Jaychalke is not heading over there in the meanwhile.
Yeah, this looks like a Magmor play. He might be trying to hit
it looks like he's going to Lava Lake, which this can be a risky play, but if bombs end up being on Lava Lake, then it'll definitely pay off.
Yeah, but if the bombs aren't there, he has no other way to proceed, so he'll have to retrace his steps all the way back up this elevator.
Yeah, but if he finds another like different item like the boost ball, that can give him an advantage just in movement alone. We have seen boost ball there in like 2 or 3 seeds this round, so it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. Kalibur checking this item up here before he oh, that's a plasma beam. So we have plasma beam at the top of Gathering Hall.
Yeah, and you notice that Kalibur's not going any further. Every other check that's further on requires the bombs to be in logic, because the bombs can't be placed back down a one-way tunnel, and Zoid is located down a one-way tunnel.
That he is. So we can never have a vanilla bombs location, as unfortunate as that may be. But getting out of there without bombs is, well, close to impossible if you have boost, very impossible if you don't. And we're about to see what this Lava Lake item is, once this Magmor is dead, I suppose. It happens to be Grapple Beam.
Grapple Beam, wow.
And Main Plaza Tree was just a missile. So that's... that might incentivize Jaychalke to go to the top of Root Cave.
Well, not only that, I believe with the Grapple Beam you can go backwards through Magmor now.
You can go backwards through Magmor in the first place. So there's nothing preventing you from doing that.
Well, I think you do need the bombs by logic in order to make some of those bomb jumps to get through Twin Fires.
You're talking about heading to Workstation. I thought you were talking about like towards like Transport Tunnel A and.
No, maybe I'm getting my room names mixed up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am talking about the transport tunnel to Vendrana. So that you do need bombs.
That itself is not in logic, but there's still checks like Warrior Shrine or Triclops Pit that you can make. We've seen bombs being Triclops. We've seen bombs being Storage Cavern or Triclops Pit many a time. Jaychalke, meanwhile, I think is trying to think about where he wants to go. Kalibur is doing a crash site check. This can pay off, but the chances of this being bombs are low. But if it is bombs, then that means we would have a gravity suit pretty soon. Let's see what this happens to be. Can't see it until you get close. That is a visor. I wonder if it's X-ray or thermal. Thermal visor.
Thermal, okay.
Hmm.
So gravity suit is expected in order to get that, and so it could be the seed is pointing us towards the crash frigate there.
At some point, maybe. We don't know where the gravity suit is yet, though, or the wave beam, so we can't entirely just put that in logic. It could
we
also
also need
mean...
the ice beam too, but that's, well, we've already seen that.
Yeah. It could also suggest Stardust, because we know where that ice beam is. We just need bombs to get it. And you can enter Thardus from the back once you have the ice beam. Or no, you need the wave beam to do that.
Yeah, because I think you had to go through labs anyway, right?
Well, you need both of them. But we know where one of them is, so.
Well, no, you could go through. You could go through this time the actual twin fires, so long as you had the spider ball.
And
well, wave beam, and then you wouldn't need the ice beam, right?
Logically, yes, but you don't necessarily need spider ball to go through twin fires. There's a few ways of getting through that room without it. Kalibur going for the root cave dash. Jaychalke is gonna have a little bit of an easier time. Missed it that time. It looks like he needed to jump a little earlier. It looks like he's just making the Magmor play now. So Jaychalke is heading up root cave because he has the grapple beam. He has a much easier time climbing. He doesn't have to do the dash. Kalibur, meanwhile, probably gonna head over to Triclops Pit. Maybe check. I'm forgetting the room name right now. Right underneath Warrior Shrine.
The room underneath Warrior Shrine.
Well, that's all one room. Shore Tunnel, yeah, that's... Is it? No, Fiery...
Fiery Shores.
Fiery Shores, yeah, that's it. Fiery Shores.
Thank you, Chad, for helping us out.
Yeah, the room Calibur's in right now. What do we have in here? That's a missile expansion. Not particularly useful. I did not see what Jaychalke picked up, but I don't see anything.
I don't think he made it. He was having a hard time hitting those invisible platforms. You are, by logic, required to have the X-ray visor to check the item, and so I think he's going to give up, and or maybe he'll try again now.
Maybe.
Just taking the advantage of grabbing those the item under Transport Tunnel B, as long as he fell all the way down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is true. Fire shorts can't be bombs, but it could have been, like, power bombs or something. Interesting of note, we still don't have an energy tank. I'm expecting, at this point, Triclops Pit to have an energy tank of sorts. Jay looks like he's trying Root Cave again. A little small optimization Jay isn't making here is to jump as you're doing the grapple beam. That's, that kind of it speeds up the animation just a little bit. It's a small optimizer, but it can make up the difference.
I didn't know about that one. I'll have to start doing that.
Yeah. You don't ever want to use the grapple beam while you're standing still. You want to be jumping when you use that.
Is that because the animation plays when you're on the ground?
That's correct. Oh, we have bombs in Storage Cavern. So I would say Kalibur is now probably going to head back to Chozo to get that ice beam. And the plasma beam, actually.
He'll probably do so by going backwards through
the front of Magmor, yeah.
Exactly. He'll pick up the grapple beam and...
But yeah, like if you boot up your own game, just compare the two animations, grappling while you're standing on the ground, and then grappling while you're in the air. You'll notice the air animation is just a little bit faster than the ground one.
Jaychalke just barely missing these platforms.
Yeah, he's having
a little too short.
It probably is. If you don't exactly know where those platforms are, it can definitely be tricky to stand on them. Calibur's about to get his grapple beam. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually decides to eventually go back to Root Cave. Jaychalke is heading out of Root Cave, not even bothering to make the Magmor play. Unfortunately, that means he's going to be missing out on his bombs for a while. And he's going to be running out of checks to find these bombs, so he's definitely going to have to come back here.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to do his artifact temple at this point.
Probably. It is important to note he hasn't done that yet, so he's probably thinking that bombs are probably there. Kalibur, meanwhile, is making the play that you mentioned earlier. He is heading back to Chozo. Going to be getting his Ice Beam and his Plasma Beam. Both very good beams. Ice more so in the early game than Plasma Beam is, but that opens up checks later on, too. Looks like he was trying for a quicker climb, but just sliding off of those slightly sloped protrusions in the wall there.
Yeah, it's like these platforms move so slow. You're looking for ways to exploit your space jump to skip a cycle or two, but just not possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if it is possible, I just don't know where the standable collision is to do it.
It's those little like slanted downwards pegs that you can see with like the little flat end. If any of our runners get there again, you'll probably be able to spot them. Interesting to know, neither of our we're getting our biohazard containment is confirmed an artifact, so that's why we got those super missiles. Elite quarters, so we have one on a Mega Pirate. Hydro access tunnel, that one's not too bad.
Yeah, because you're already going to frigate anyway.
Sun chamber. Oh, wow. Flagra acquired. Life Grove tunnel. Oh my god. Storage Depot A. That's not too bad. Wow. Oh wait, no, that was Storage Depot A, not Security Access A. That's flamethrower that one is on.
Yeah, but you're going all the way to the end of mines anyway, so.
Wow, I thought the one I commentated yesterday was bad. Just wow.
So with those artifact locations, you could have a pretty linear run to about 4 of them. So if you go through the frigate the vanilla way, you got the biohazard and the hydro access tunnel. Then you go straight down to mines. You get the 2 down in mines.
And this means we're gonna have to actually find gravity suit at some point because of the hydro access. Kalibur getting this check. It's just a missile. Oof. He doesn't know that Sun Chamber is the artifact yet. Now, Sun Chamber can mean one of 2 things. Either that it's on Flagra or it's on Wild Ghosts. If it's on Wild Ghosts, we're going to have to find Spider Ball at some point too, unless either of our runners decides to attempt the early Wild IBJ, but I don't know if Calibur's going to, unless he checks his hints fairly soon. I don't know if Jaychalke knows about it, but
yeah, that infinite bomb jump is really tough, and I've never been able to pull it off personally, so I usually have to wait until I have the...
It requires a lot of practice, and even then, seasoned runners can still mess it up. Generally, the timing for the bombs is that you want to lay your next bomb about as soon as the first one explodes. If you have rumble on, you lay it as you feel the rumble. But it's usually the unmorph at the end that's the tricky part. Actually, thinking about it, we have 2 beams in the frigate, don't we? Biohazard and Hydro Access Tunnel. Oh. I don't know how to feel about this seed.
Well, then you got the Life Grove tunnel. So
Yeah.
you get the Life Grove, and then you just go into mines. So it can be pretty easy as long as you find your go mode items. Which at this point, Wave Beam is probably the one beam that's going to be maybe trolly. There's some interesting places it can wind up when you have ice and plasma early.
Yeah. By the way, about that question you had at the beginning, what sort of trolley things do we expect this sea to have?
This.
I mean...
Point taken. Kalibur fighting Zoid now. So called because of the developer that came up with his randomness.
First phase, 10 to 15 seconds if I remember right, then all the phases after that, 15 to 20, 25 I want to say? I don't know. It's been a long time since I looked at the numbers. I don't really remember it that well.
Yeah, the real test of it is if the music gets all the way through its loop once, then it's a slow fight.
Yeah, that's usually the indicator of a bad fight. If you can get through without the music looping, then it's usually good.
Jaychalke's coming into the same neighborhood, but there's nothing more that he can do up here until he has those bombs.
Yeah. And I think, did he take a look at the plasma beam up there?
Yes, he did see the plasma beam, so he knows he's going to come back soon. Both runners still on one E-tank. It's incredible that we haven't seen one yet.
Just on the vanilla 99 energy, this is looking like a seed. We have a valid run. We have a valid run.
And you have to pick it up because the door won't unlock until you get it.
By the way, flamethrower on incinerator drone.
Flamethrower on the flamethrower.
Oh, this seed has just become a giant meme, hasn't it? I think when we get to EXO, there's no better way to take care of the power phase than by using the flamethrower at this point.
Absolutely. I will be disappointed if I see anything less.
we have no reason not to with how many memes this game has given us so far.
Looks like Jaychalke's going to go for the check down here.
He does have more health than Kalibur did at this point. So that's an X-ray visor.
Oh, X-ray.
Oh.
And Jay knows that he needs it too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the only requirement that X-ray has is to defeat the Omega Pirate.
I would not go for this unless you find another energy tank. There is no way it's worth it right now.
Well, he knows he's going to Sun Chamber anyway, so that he just probably needs to work it into his route.
Yeah. Probably when you find Spider Ball, because then you can come back and do all the dynamo checks. Speaking of which, if there's nothing here in Furnace, which I don't think there was, Kalibur might Kalibur might check the first check in Dynamo. I don't see him going to Flagra because he doesn't know that there's an
Yeah, this is what we were mentioning before. It is nice to actually go and check your artifact hints because it can help you decide what better routing would be.
Whenever, like, as soon as I do my artifact temple and get my hints, that's when I check them because I feel like I need to know where exactly these artifacts are and how I'm going to incorporate them into a route once I have my go mode.
Yeah, coming from the LTTPR community, I kind of equate that as to being a map check for crystals versus pendant. It's just you need to know so that you know what items you need to get there.
Mm-hmm. Which for Jaychalke is a lot of items, but he knows where a few of them are right now. It's just a matter of getting the. Oh, hey, there's an energy tank.
E-tank!
I wonder if Kalibur's gonna do Watery Hall now and get his X-ray visor. Because he has the energy tank now, he has that extra 100 energy buffer. There's little reason for him not to at least do the check.
Yeah, he should do the check. It is a tricky gravity jump in order to actually get it, though, so we'll see if he goes for that as well.
Yeah, as far as underwater slope jumps go, this is not an easy one. Definitely up there with the tricky ones.
He's bowing out.
He's probably just looking to get some more energy. Might even take the save station to make sure he has full energy. 159 energy should be enough for at least a good couple of attempts. That looks really good.
First jump.
First try. Excellent job. So now Kalibur has both of his visors. Jaychalke, I think, is at a loss. He might not know that he can go through Magmor from the back. He looks very lost. I don't think he seems to have any idea where these bombs could be. Meanwhile, the more Jay stays here thinking, the more time that's giving Kalibur to just extend this lead even further. And it looks like Kalibur is making a Flagra play. We'll see if it's Flagra that's holding the artifact or if it's indeed the ghosts.
Yeah, and I think and Kalibur still having not checked his artifact list. It's a good play. He just doesn't know how good it is yet.
Yeah, doesn't quite know the extent of this, and he's going for the bomb jump over this. So this is only possible in the very first version of the game.
Nice first try.
Yeah, very nice. All other versions of this game have an invisible wall above that gate. It's only the very first 0-001.0 that you can do that bomb jump.
Yeah, and as per typical of a lot of these games, they find all the good tricks and they patch them out.
Mm-hmm. And Jaychalke really just looking at the map. I think he's trying to figure out where these bombs could be. Probably not knowing that there's another elevator to Magmor that he can take to.
Well, he's probably aware that the elevator exists. I think it's more of he doesn't think he can get across it with his current loadout.
That might be true too.
He is very lightly loaded out right now.
Yeah. I would really like to know what's going through Jaychalke's head right now.
All right, everyone, give Jaychalke some energy here. Just be thinking Magmor.
Mm-hmm. Kalibur, in the meantime, looks like he's getting a decent Flagra fight so far.
Yeah, taking advantage of the fact that those morph ball bomb slots, the hitbox extends a little bit outside of those little ramps, and so you can just jump right next to them.
It's actually
and place your bomb.
I do want to correct you just a little bit here. It's not that their hitbox extends outwards. It's that they're not actually morph ball bomb slots, but they're just damage triggers that are vulnerable to bomb type damage.
Yeah, though the morph ball bomb slot is purely cosmetic, I think.
Yeah, that is correct. Actually, in fact, they are even vulnerable to power bombs. If you watch the 80% task, it comes up here through the back and does He just lays a power bomb to kill 3 of the damage triggers all at once. And then I believe uses a bomb on the last one to kill Flagra in essentially 1 round. Kalibur's health is looking a little scary, but he gets it taken care of.
Yeah, that is one side effect to that particular strategy is Flagra will be slashing about wildly, and usually will take a hit as soon as you regain control after the cutscene.
Yeah, that is... usually if you can time your dashing and bombs right, you don't get hit out of the cutscene, but there are instances where Flagra can swipe you outside of that cutscene. And
Wild.
Yep, our artifact is on wild.
Yeah, and Kalibur doesn't know that he needs to do that now, does he?
No, he is likely going to find out and have to find Spider Ball somewhere.
Now, I believe in the randomizer, the tree branches that normally prevent you from coming back the same route, those are actually removed in the randomizer.
That is correct, but I believe that the logic does not take that into account. So it will still believe that you need supers and Spider Ball to climb back up Sun Chamber the normal way. Kalibur also did not go for the IBJ. He doesn't know that Sun Chamber is an artifact, so we
probably
can't really...
what he's thinking now is he's probably going to go over to Magma Pool.
Yeah, he did just get power bombs, so that is probably going to be his play. It looks like his stream might have frozen a little bit, which would be unfortunate. I hope his internet didn't go out.
Well, Jaychalke's made it all the way back to Root Cave, so...
So he's going the right way. He doesn't know it yet, but he's about to get his bombs very soon if he...
Keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Kalibur's stream might be dropping.
So silly, guys.
It sounds like he's also got his microphone on.
Well, we switched audio over to Jaychalke's for now.
Mm-hmm. Stream is off. Oh, Kalibur's stream went offline. That's unfortunate.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get that back and see what kind of progress he's made. For now, Jaychalke's working his way through Magmore Caverns, hopefully on his way to his bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're back.
We've got it back on Kalibur's side. I have no idea what room he's in right now. It looks like he's coming back from Ruin Nursery?
Ruin Gallery, maybe?
Ruin Gallery, Ruin Nursery.
Yeah, where you got to do the bomb jump to get in to get.
Wait, what?
In that little half horseshoe.
I already forgot how to do this. What?
And it does look like the Kalibur is deciding to go for the Magma Pool play. And Jaychalke is a little... Oh, this is scary for Jaychalke. Please grab that red energy. Okay. That makes it a little safer. There's guaranteed 10 energy.
Get those boxes.
Yeah. Or at least there should be guaranteed, yeah. One of those I know is at least guaranteed. And let's see what we have in here.
The Spider Ball!
Now it's a question of, does Kalibur go back to Sun Chamber? He has everything he needs to do that in logic now.
Yeah, and I mean, he's on this side of the Sun Chamber, so if he's aware of the whole tree branches going away, I think he would just go back into the front way, now knowing he has logical access.
Mm-hmm. He may be thinking Hall of the Elders, though, too. Because Spider Ball gives him logical access to Furnace, and he can just get to, well...
And he's going to Dynamo now, too, I think.
Yeah, Dynamo. That would make sense.
He's going to be kicking himself as soon as he checks his logbook.
Yeah. Jaychalke, meanwhile, is making his way to his bomb. He is on the correct track. Um. Yeah, that is exactly where Kalibur is going. He's also looking for energy. I can't blame Jaychalke for looking for energy here. It's very scary when you don't have any energy tanks. And what do we have at the top of Dynamo? That is an ice spreader.
Ice spreader.
Isn't really useful for progression, but it can help if you're not so good at the snipes at the exo fight.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite tools because I think one of those ice spreaders will immediately end the phase.
That is correct. It is slightly slower to use the ice spreader over charged ice beam shots because it has that animation where it freezes exo for like 5 seconds, but
it's so satisfying.
It's satisfying, and it can be a little easier. Not familiar or not well practiced in the sniping. It will be interesting to see if Kalibur also decides to do a crossway check. And actually, well, he doesn't have the boost ball yet, so Topper Furnace won't be in logic right now.
Yes, but if you know the right the pieces of standable collision that you can jump on, you can do a little bit of sequence break.
Mm-hmm. You won't find something useful like boost ball there, but we could still find the wave beam in one of those
gravity.
locations. Or gravity suit, yeah. Gravity would also be nice. Or phase-on suit. I think Jaychalke is probably remembering what items he can get now. That or he was just a little angry at the bomb location. Looks like there was an energy tank at the top of Furnace.
Yeah, the runners probably want energy, but that one's probably a little too far out of the way to get.
Yeah, even if I would be comfortable with that climb, I would. That's just a little too time consuming. And because Kalibur has supers and X-ray, ghost fights are not as much of a pain as they can be. One super missile, one fully charged shot takes them out. Now, important to note, Kalibur can't get to the antechamber item because he doesn't have the wave beam. That is actually also a little far back for doing this peg jump. You can do it just from that bottom platform there, but he might just find it easier to do it from there. Kalibur also has 2 checks here in Hall of the Elders, one in Elder Chamber and one in Hall of the Elders to get... We'll see if this pays off.
I've seen wave beam be in here before, so it's a possibility.
Yeah, it's happened to me. I've had an artifact in Crossway and wave in Hall of the Elders.
Looks like Jaychalke is in the transport tunnel to Phendrana Drifts. Gonna get this item here and then probably go into the snowfield.
Yeah, and it's a vanilla energy tank.
Which he will gladly take at this point.
Yeah, I don't blame him for taking it. He's probably not going to be going to Phendrana, though, because he doesn't have the wave beam, he doesn't have either ice or plasma, so he can't do much in the way of progression there.
Yeah, and he knows where plasma is, and so he may be thinking about going back to get it before he gets to Phendrana.
No, he's deciding to do the Phendrana play.
Well, I mean, he could be just getting some valuable information, even if he just sees the items that are behind the ice walls.
Yeah, very true. I don't think he can actually get too many items. Oh, there's our gravity.
Oh, there's our gravity.
In Elder Chamber. So yeah, this is an interesting play Jaychalke is making. It could pay off. He might be banking on a vanilla wave. Be banking on waving being in Phendrana Canyon. There's a lot of stuff that he could be banking on for this play. It's a risky play, but if it pays off, it'll pay off.
Let's see. I was about to say Kalibur decided not to check the crossway, but it looks like just now he's remembered he can go see it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to head back and take a look.
He could get it too if he knows the monkey bar strat, as people so eloquently put it. What's at the top of Fendrana Tower there? Couldn't see it. Crossway is just a missile, so not too upsetting for Kalibur to not grab that. Is that Phazon suit at the top of the tower?
I saw some orange though. I thought it was a missile, but yeah, it's a little hard to tell
No,
from
I
this
thought
distance.
I thought I saw some silver on there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being blind.
Anyone in chat, can you help us out a bit?
Yeah, please take a look back, see if you can see what it is. You guys have a better quality than we do, so.
All right, we have some folks in chat saying that it's probably a missile.
Okay.
Which, you know, if you say it's a missile, you pretty much are 50-50 to get it right.
I wouldn't say 50-50. You have you have a very good chance of being right. We have 56 missiles scattered throughout the world.
All right, so it's 56-44.
Looks like there's just a missile here in ice. Yeah,
That's a missile.
That's definitely a missile. So he could get over to Canyon. Hope that this is something important.
Oh, it looks like Kalibur's climbing here.
Oh, he doesn't know it, but he's about to get an artifact by doing. He is going to, as a note, he is going to have to bomb jump over the gate again because he didn't do the runic symbol puzzle. And these ghosts are making it a little hard on him. That's also not a good camera angle. That's a better one. Almost.
Just missed it.
And what is that over on Jaychalke's screen? Is that the wave beam? That is a wave beam.
Yeah, that's wave.
So this definitely, I would say this gamble has paid off for Jaychalke in a manner of speaking.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to make it all the way through through Pirate Labs with that.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna. Well, he doesn't have boost ball yet, so he can't get through observatory unless he knows the climb. But he can also check Chapel of the Elders because that is no longer locked for him. He also cannot get. He also can't get through to Fendrana because he doesn't have Ice Beam yet. He still has to go back to Chozo for that.
Alright, and here's Kalibur with his ghost fight.
I think Jaychalke's trying to figure out if he wants to make the labs play. It doesn't look like it. He might be doing the chapel play first.
Of course, we have to watch this cutscene because we picked up the boost ball item.
Where's my Ginger Dragon copy pasta? Kalibur. Looks like these ghosts are still trying to give him a hard time, even without the, even with the items he has, and he's got a vanilla artifact.
Wouldn't it be great if it were wild as well?
I forgot if it is or isn't.
Newborn,
Not quite, but we'll take it.
It's a wild newborn.
So, of note, Kalibur is probably going to be heading over to Fendrana now that he's basically full clear front of Chozo. I don't think there's anything that he can't get that's, like, not wave beam locked. Jay, meanwhile, is doing the vanilla climb Chozo Ice Temple. You don't see this too often. Most people just opt for the quick climb. He doesn't have Plasma Beam yet, so he can't check Ice Temple. But he can certainly check Chapel. And Calibur's doing. Oh, Calibur's gonna find out.
Yeah, here's where we go. There they go. Storage depot, elite quarters,
Life
life
Grove
grove,
Tunnel, Biohazard Containment,
biohazard, and Hydra.
Yeah. And I mean, these artifacts are still very close together, but those are still locations that you would rather not have. Just because of how bad. It looks like it's just a missile in Chapel. Kalibur on his side is.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is down to Magmore Caverns to get into Phendrana Drifts now.
I would imagine so. I don't see any real reason for him to. Well, there's another play he could do. It's not the correct play, but what he could also do is head to Antechamber from the back. And then also get a Great Tree Chamber check there too. It doesn't look like that's what he's doing though, which I agree with. He looks like he's going to probably check Arbor Chamber actually, and then go to Magmore.
Yeah, I think with those particular artifact locations, he's probably trying to see if he can figure out where the wave beam is, so that he can basically do the frigate the intended way. Get the two artifacts that are in there, then get Life Grove, and then just go to mines.
Well, he actually can't do frigate yet because, well, yeah. You were saying to try and find wave beam. We know where the wave beam is, though. That's a bit of a curse of knowledge. Wow. Root Cave and Arbor Chamber both yielding nothing but hand rockets. So yeah, it looks like he's going to be going to Phendrana, which probably means he's... Well... This depends. Kalibur does have more in his loadout than Jaychalke did. So he's probably going to run around Phendrana before he ends up eventually getting his wave beam, which will buy Jaychalke some time. I'm not sure how much time it'll buy him.
But... just the amount of time it takes to get to Ice Ruins East and the Chozo Ice Temple.
It still buys a little bit of time, but it might be lost in this backtrack that Jaychalke's doing. We'll see.
I think Jaychalke is thinking to head back to Chozo, but probably check Tower of Light because the wave beam did unlock that.
Yeah. Jaychalke, I imagine, is also going to want to beeline it towards his newly accessible beams.
Yeah, he'll be coming out right behind the vault, so he ought to go that way.
Yeah.
And we're still both on one energy tank each.
Oof, got the deny slap from the Magmore. Looks like Kalibur is going to do a Warrior Shrine check.
Yep, he's got the power bomb, so he can check both items. Nice little scan dash there.
And we have a main power
bombs
on Warrior Shrine.
Yeah, certainly not required, but very nice to increase your capacity because just on the amount of time you'll spend farming up for more power bombs.
He also gets a nice 100 energy too on the bottom there.
Yeah, and he'll get another one when he gets into that transport tunnel. I didn't see what was in this tunnel here. Did you see it?
It was a missile expansion.
All right.
Oof. Kalibur getting his speed killed by the lava. Jaychalke, meanwhile, is going through the elevator transition back up to Chozo Ruins. He's about to get his ice beam, I would imagine.
Yep, that's where he's going.
And then Tower of Light and Gravity Chamber won't be in logic for him right now, but it is not hard at all to... We have like 6 different ways to get through that room without the boost ball. It's impressive, actually, how many different strategies there are to get through there.
Yeah, my preferred one is an R jump.
Yeah, that's a nice, fast one. Some people prefer standing on the branches, others prefer just an L jump, and then there's even a dash to get over to that little ledge. Might also get another... I didn't really get a good look at the top of the tower that time. But if Calibur's not going for it, then it probably was just a missile. So I'll concede that to you.
Well, we'll see if he super missiles this thing. Oh,
He is. Maybe it was something important. Was I right and this is our Phazon suit? No.
nope, just a missile.
No, you're right this time.
Well, again, 56 and 44.
It could be here on Ice Temple, though. Or we could find Boost Ball here. Boost Ball or Phazon Suit would both be very nice items for Kalibur to find. Probably Boost more so, because that opens up more checks that he can actually do. Kalibur is going for the quick climb up here. Just climbing the statue. Jay, meanwhile, is making his way through Chozo. Getting the items that he's been missing out on.
Nice little cutscene overlap here. Morph right into the hands as the ice melts.
Mm-hmm. Save some time, too. And no, that's just a missile expansion in there.
Yeah, you could just barely see the bottom portion of it. It was clearly a missile.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Calibur's up to something like 100 missiles now, so he has no reason to pick any of them up.
Looks like 80. 60. That's a 6. He's up to 60 max missiles. 65. Yeah, that's a 65.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Kalibur.
Oh, Kalibur. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Calibur's max missile is right now. And looks like Jaychalke is deciding on the branches method that I was for. There's like 2 different branches that you can stand on to get through there. So he is making a Tower of Light play. Kalibur, meanwhile, we'll see if he decides to go to Ice Ruins East or West first.
Looks like he's thinking east here, just because it's kind of a dead end.
Yeah, and it loops around nicely to West, so it routes out pretty nicely. Tower Chamber was just a missile.
Alright, and there's 2 ways to do this. You can do a series of scan dashes, or I've seen some runners just missile the first section, and then the cutscene will show you what's up there, and then you can decide whether or not to proceed.
Yeah, I personally prefer the cutscene method. It looks like he's going for the cutscene method as well.
Another
Ice
missile in
Ruins.
east.
Yep. Oh, the crystal. Those crystallites have insane amount of knockback. It's nuts, actually, how far they push you.
Yeah, it's another missile here in the Tower of Light.
Yep, so this check not paying off. But it's on the way, so I can't blame him for doing the check. I probably would have done the check too. You'd never know if there's going to be something there. Kalibur doing a fancy baby Sheegoth jump to get up here and check this item. He's having a little bit of trouble with it, though. He's having a lot of trouble with it. Wow, he's getting
absolutely bullied by this Sheegoth. Yeah, see, oh, enough with you.
Wow.
I think he lost a whole E-tank worth of energy under that.
Yeah, all of that just for a lousy missile expansion.
Well, he's going to be very happy with what he sees at the end of this tunnel here.
Yeah, I don't see him doing anything but a labs play as soon as he gets this wave beam. And Jaychalke is going to be getting his spider ball. Or wait, no, he doesn't.
No,
have
he
a power
can't.
bomb.
He doesn't have a power. Yeah.
That's right. He doesn't have a power bomb, so he's
But-
just gonna be. He's just gonna check.
Well, maybe he'll luck out, and one of the expansions will be behind here.
That's very possible. The only one he can actually get is training chamber access because he doesn't have.
Yeah, he needs the spider ball.
The spider ball to get the.
Oh, too bad.
Missile expansion.
Well, you can still look at it and see if it's something
Yeah, the
worth
trigger
going
for
back.
this fight is actually pretty far into the room. That is an energy tank, isn't it?
Yep, just an E-tank.
So training chamber checks is not paying off, and he's right next to a fireball, but he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the X-ray visor. Otherwise, he would know that he needs to come back for it.
Yeah.
Nope, those bombs aren't going to work.
Nope, unfortunately not. I wonder. He's probably just looking for energy.
Yeah, he did take a beating coming up here.
Calibur's trying this again, having more luck this time. I think they learned their lesson. And Kalibur is making the labs and probably also late Fendrana play.
Now, interestingly, he could decide to go via Thardus and go backdoor into labs.
He could, but I see no reason not to do labs if you made it this far already. Because you can still go to Far Fendrana and then Thardus this way. And there's more checks through the labs than there is through Thardus.
Yeah, that is a fair point.
But we'll see what he decides to do. He's deciding to save first. Oh,
Yeah.
This might be for a save scum if he finds nothing in the lab. I don't know if he knows the observatory dash, but no. If he doesn't know the observatory, I imagine he wouldn't save if he doesn't know the observatory dash because he has so much. He can do all of Far Fendrana.
Yeah, we've seen him do several good scan dashes before, so I think he probably could be able to do this observatory dash.
Yeah.
The tricky bit about it is just you have to only hit the B button for like one frame, and that's what gives you the extra height you need to get up.
Also doing your second jump a little earlier than normal, getting the height that you need. Jaychalke. Is he opting not to do Zoid? I mean, he could just be doing this just for the furnace check, but we'll see if he decides to do Zoid on the way back.
Maybe he knows that it's flamethrower and he's trying to troll us.
That would be a very, very interesting bit of foreknowledge if that was possible. Kalibur, meanwhile, has made it to Research Lab Ether. Was this an artifact, actually?
No, there was the super missile required one is biohazard containment.
Ah, that is right. I wonder why I was thinking Research Lab Ether earlier then. Maybe we were talking about it and that's just why it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, sometimes the seeds just run together.
Yeah. He can still check what it is, though. He has the X-ray device. He can take a peek in there, see if it's...
he can open it up. He's got the super missile.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but why would you not take a look at it first? Well, do you take that energy tank?
I would take an energy tank. That's me. I'm a scrub.
Yeah. It looks like he's opting to go for it.
Yeah,
I can't blame him.
Yeah, 4 energy tanks is kind of probably the bare minimum you'd be comfortable doing EXO with.
I personally would be comfortable with 3 at the minimum, but that's me talking from an 80%. Well, I'd be comfortable even with 1 or 2, but
yeah, I don't get comfortable until I get to 7.
It looks like he does know the observatory dash, so that was not quite.
And he's doing it while all these pirates are shooting at him, so it does make it a little more difficult.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the reason why they're killing his speed with those, but he gets up there. Very nicely done.
See if there's anything up top here.
It's a missile expansion.
Just a missile.
Oh wow, why you gotta do the T-posing pirate like that? That's just rude.
They're just chilling.
Yeah. Mind their own business.
Nice little scan dash to get across there. You can either do that, or I like to do the R jump.
Kalibur may just find it easier to do the dash. Now, there is a fight trigger here that is barely farther up than the actual door is. So, we'll see if Kalibur goes for that. I see no reason not to. Yeah, he's going for this. If he does this right, he skips a very long fight. And he hit the trigger. Unfortunate.
So it's like there's 3 ground pirates, and then there's 2 waves of sky pirates.
3 waves, I think, actually.
Yeah, so just, very long time loss. Well, you'll be happy to know that Jaychalke has gone into the Zoid fight, and so we will be validating his run with the Flammenwerfer.
Oh, awesome. Love me a validated seed. Now, the fight itself here is bad enough, but the real problem with this is that triggering this fight causes a layer change in Monitor Station to give it flying space pirates as well. So, traversing through Magmore that way is going to be a little bit harder, and quite frankly, more annoying to deal with.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's already done the Warrior Shrine check, so he doesn't lose the benefit of having the puffers there to do the scan dashes.
I mean, it doesn't really matter for Kalibur too much unless his route ends up sending him back through that way, but I don't see that happening. Jaychalke, meanwhile, has his seed validated, has his flamethrower. And Kalibur finishing up the fight pretty nicely. It's not too bad if you have the plasma beam and some power bombs to deal with them. It's just a time loss you'd rather not have. Hey, Quiz Bowl. What's this right here?
Well,
Do you know what that is?
Tell me what that is.
It looks like a Metroid.
That does look like a Metroid.
In a Metroid game, though? Come on.
Well, they had to just sandwich it in here somewhere, didn't they? Well, the Metroid's done. All right, that's it.
Okay.
No more Metroids.
Oh, why you gotta do Edward like that? Come on!
He's just breaking the glass for you.
First the T-posing pirates, now Edward. Oh, please don't kill Ivan too. He found Wave Buster, by the way, so he has all 4 beam combos.
I expect them all to be used judiciously against Exo.
By the way, that confirms we will have a 100% tracker run. So, I don't know how many of these we have in a typical round, but we've got one here tonight.
Yeah, with where these artifacts were placed, I mean, you just knew that it had to happen.
Yeah. Oof. Wow, that ice parasite wasn't being too nice to him.
Yeah, it looks like since he got knocked down, he's just going to go ahead and do the far side of Vendrana. I think he may have been playing with the idea of doing Thardus first, but...
Probably.
I mean, either direction is probably valid.
Yeah. That's a missile down there in Frost Cave. He can still check Edge and storage, not storage, security cavern.
And of course the gravity chamber.
Yeah, he does have the gravity suit, so that won't be too bad of a check. And I do believe everything here is in logic for him, because he could access this through Twin Fires.
Meanwhile, Jaychalke is heading back to Magmore, I think, with his plasma beam. I think he wants to go back into Vendrana.
I don't blame him. There's a lot of checks that he can do now that he has that. Did he pick up his power bombs, though? I don't think he's fought Flagra yet.
No power bombs, so no Flagra yet.
He might think Flagra itself holds the artifact. Alright, security cavern, just holding an energy tank. It looks like he's going for this slope jump here. It's a bit of a trickier one. Just almost.
And that's one of the issues with that, is if you miss it, you go all the way back to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And there's not really a good time to do it if you do gravity chamber this way. If you were coming from the other way, then it would be understandable, but there's not really another point that you're going to be back here. And actually, that was a very good example there of the faster grappling.
Yeah, I saw that. So that is. You notice that when you have like these chains of grapples, right? So like when you have 2 grapple points in a row, the first one takes a little longer, but the second one's almost instantaneous. Yeah.
He also tried the grapple dash, but messed it up just a little bit. I think he perhaps be a little too late.
Alright, so is that like where you're about to do the grapple animation, you can scan dash off it?
Yeah, it's about the same kind of idea as a combat dash, but you're just using the grapple point as a lock-on instead. Looks like he's probably gonna try it again? Nah, doesn't look like it. Fail it once, you're kind of hesitant to try it again. And he's going for the R jump. Typically when you R jump, you want to look to the side to abuse that lack of a horizontal speed cap. But he was still able to get over there, so...
Yeah, that was an interesting R jump, but I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah.
And now we're off to Gravity Chamber.
Jaychalke, meanwhile, is in Monitor Station. We'll see if he goes to Warrior Shrine. He is not heading there, so he's still going to be missing out on some power bombs. I don't blame him for this, because Warrior Shrine logically needs the boost ball to get. So that means that boost ball is just somewhere else.
Yeah, and because powerbomb expansions are available in basically 5 points throughout the seed, it's not necessarily required to go pick those up.
Getting 4 power bombs at once instead of just 1 is pretty nice, though. I think that's a missile and gravity chamber over in the underwater section. Are you talking about the Dix Diggle? That... What do we have here? I didn't take a look. Oh, that's our Phazon suit.
Hey!
So, Kalibur is just missing Boost Ball for his Go mode.
Yeah, and there's a lot of places it can be, too.
Yeah.
Like, the only place it really can't be is behind Life Grove Tunnel, right?
Anything past Vent Shaft as well is not in logic for...
That's right, because it's a one-way street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could also be on Thardus. we hear in chat.
Yep.
Well, there's no reason Kalibur shouldn't go in and check the room behind Thardus, but whether or
There's
not
no
he's
reason not to
actually-
check Quarantine Monitor now. With the loadout he's got, I would also probably do Thardus, just with how mean the seat has been so far. I would be more think Thardus probably has something if this game gave a Incinerator Drone Flamethrower of all things. But he might also choose not to do it. Thardus is a lengthy boss fight. It's slow. It's faster with the power bombs and plasma beam and thermal visor that he has. But it's still very understandable if
he's gonna do it. It's the fastest it's gonna be.
Yeah. And access tunnel is just a missile. We'll see what he decides to do. He's probably gonna... He's going towards Quarantine Monitor.
So then from here, because he's coming at it this way, he'll probably want to backdoor into mines through the
That's probably what I would probably at least check workstation first, but that's probably what I would do. Yeah.
Maybe route in the plasma processing center.
You can't do that without the boost ball.
Ah, you need the boost ball. Darn.
Yeah, geothermal core is kind of a... It's a certain word without the boost ball. I'll put it that way.
Alright, we have someone asking for the boost ball to be in the overgrown tunnel, just to be mean.
Oh, I would prefer that over Thardus, personally. Actually, it can't be there. Boost ball cannot be there. You need, the slope jump is not in logic, and you need boost ball to get up a reflecting pool in the first place. So that is actually impossible with our logic set.
As much as this seed would like to put it there.
It would probably do that. Oh no, are we having tech issues for Kalibur again? His stream is frozen again, unfortunately. No, it still cannot be there, Elias, because you need boost ball to get rid of the bars. Oh, I think Calibur's probably just dropping frames.
Yeah, so we'll probably get this back here within a minute or so.
Hopefully.
Well, meanwhile, Jaychalke is looking his way around Vendrana.
It'll be interesting to see where he's probably gonna make the... Is he gonna make the labs play now?
Yeah, I think that's what he was looking at. He stopped his map over there on this room here.
Yeah.
So I think he was looking at that wave beam door.
Hmm. Looks like he's trying to find some standable collision. Oh,
Nope, we're back on Kalibur.
and it looks like he went into the mines.
Yeah,
he's-
there was. Yeah, so either he looked at processing center and saw it was nothing meaningful, or he just skipped it altogether.
Well, he's getting it. I guess he didn't take a look at it then. Oh, were you talking about workstation actually?
The workstation. Sorry,
Yeah.
room names are hard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get a look at it, but it probably wasn't his boost ball. Otherwise, he wouldn't have checked PPC.
That and it would take a minute or so to go through the cutscene to get it.
Yeah.
So now here's an interesting question: do you go all the way to the deep part of mines, clear out the Omega Pirate? You do technically need the boost ball to do that.
It looks like that's the play Kalibur is making. I probably wouldn't, personally. Just because I know I still need the boost ball for Life Grove Tunnel. But it looks like he still wants to at least clear out the mines. What I imagine you need to be holding down left to get through there the way that he's doing, by the way. From that fan.
Oh, and he hit the trigger.
Yeah. But, yeah, I would not, you're going around a little too fast there. I would not personally go through vent shaft, even though I can full clear lower mines, just because boost ball can't be down there, and I would still be looking for that before. I mean,
you got to do it anyway, so you might as well essentially do that section of mines in go mode, knowing that it can't be the boost ball, and then resume your checks once you get to the other side of OP.
I suppose. Yeah, I suppose so.
Because think of it this way: if the boost ball is up in the upper part of mines, then all you have to do is get out of mines and go to Life Grove Tunnel.
That's fair. That is definitely fair. Yeah. Kalibur fell down. Vent shaft just holding a missile. He knows that it can't be anywhere past here. So he's probably just gonna grab his artifacts as he goes through. Now, speaking just personally, I don't expect Kalibur to. But personally, because I have done 22%, I would be fine at least giving Life Grove Tunnel boostless an attempt. Because, well, I would have done it before. I would be comfortable at least trying it. I don't expect Kalibur to do that at all. It's not the easiest double bomb jump to get up to that item. But even then, you would have to do the half-pipe bomb jump to get out.
Yeah, those half-pipe bomb jumps are really, really tricky.
And Life Grove Tunnel is worse because the collision in there is just... It's so narrow, so it's very easy to just kill your height and kill your speed. That's why it's so terrible to boost in.
Yeah, I think I spent an hour trying to figure it out one day and just was not working for me.
Yeah, even for people that are comfortable with HBJs and half-pipe bomb jumps, it's not an easy bomb jump at all. Is Kalibur going for a maze skip? No, he's not. Let's see what kind of a maze he gets.
Yeah, it's looking pretty long so far.
Yeah. Found one dead end.
Yeah, I think we're touching all the squares in this one.
I think we're going through all 4 corners. Yeah, we definitely are. Wow, that is a very bad maze.
But I like how he was able to just bonk on every single wall on the way to that energy tank, knowing that he'd get the refill at the end.
Oh, well, that, and he has a 50% damage soon about how much damage there. And he already had, what, 5 energy tanks?
Yeah, we're up to 6 now.
Kalibur, I think... He was probably thinking about the soft lock, but he can just full clear the lower mines and get through the phase-on processing from the back. So he's not in too much danger of soft locking.
Yeah, the first time that I did that, I completely forgot that I thought you needed the boost ball in order to get through that phase-on mining tunnel where the platforms disappear. So I thought I was actually soft locked, but it turns out I wasn't.
No, you can just you can actually just bomb those platforms, and they'll just disappear. Thankfully, otherwise it would be pretty bad getting out of there if you do like get stuck or fail a boost. So I don't think we should expect Kalibur to do too many item checks here in lower mines because he should know that boost ball cannot be down here because it's past vent shaft.
Now, meanwhile, Jay's made his way back up into Choza Ruins. Yeah, I think the key link that Jay's missing here is that he needs to go fight Flagra.
Yeah, or just find a power bomb expansion somewhere. That would give him Spider Ball, and that should that would hint probably for him to go to Sun Chamber. Yeah, he's...
Yeah, no, I just wonder if he was, shying away from Flagra because he's only doing it on one energy tank.
That, and he knows Sun Chamber has an artifact, but he doesn't know which Sun Chamber has the artifact. So he's thinking, I'll just route in... He's probably just thinking, I'll route in Flagra later when I'm in go mode, so I can...
Yeah, he's not thinking that there's progression behind Flagra. He's thinking it's just the artifact.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't fault him for thinking like that, but he might have also he might have just forgotten about the wild ghosts. Yeah, I'm not... I think he's running out of checks in his head, and he's either just skipping over one or is... I think someone said that he's newer to the game, so he also probably doesn't have all these occasions memorized in his head.
Now, for these newer runners, I do believe it is totally within the rules for them to have maps or other aids of that sort available to them and open during the race. They just can't watch their opponent or anything like that.
Yeah, that is completely correct. You can have any vanilla Metroid Prime resource available to you, whether that's maps, item locations, even looking up tricks in the middle of a race or saving and quitting. That is all available to all of our players within the rules. What is prohibited is playing through a seed ahead of time, which that's not really possible because we generate these as they're about to start the race. And looking at the restream or their opponent's streams, because that would give them an unfair advantage and know where to check and what to check.
Yeah, and if you stop to check a resource, really the only thing you're giving up is the time it took to do it.
Mm-hmm. And that might actually be what Jaychalke is doing right... Well, I don't know. Jaychalke may be looking something up here to see if there's anything he can get with his current loadout. Which there is quite a few items he can get. But he may just also just be at a loss.
I guess against the rules would be actually conferring. So if he's in the Discord and the help server asking for advice, I don't think that would be allowed either.
That would definitely not be legal. Yeah, it's a race between these two players. We can't have any like outside interference like that.
All right, so we're gonna need the audience's help here. Sending some energy to Jay here. Let's all say,
Yeah.
come on, go fight Flagra. Go fight Flagra. Go fight Flagra.
Or at the very least, just head back to Warrior Shrine because that had a main power. That would, I would hope at least that would hint Magma Pool to him so he could get his Spider Ball, and that way he could start getting these items, start getting in a groove and finding these items again. But really, it's all just up to him to make the correct play. Whether he makes it now or another 20 minutes from now, it looked like he considered it for. He's going for it. He's going for the Flagra play.
Yes, good job, chat.
So this is important for Jay. He'll be able to get his progression item in the form of a Power Bomb expansion. And he won't quite be able to get his artifact yet. But
Yeah, I mean, he'll do probably what the exact same thing Kalibur did. Is he'll see the power bomb, he'll immediately think to go to Magma Pool, and then have the Spider Ball. The Spider Ball will immediately tell him he can go back to the Sun Chamber.
he was getting a little bullied by the Hornets, though, which Hornets are always a mean animal.
Yeah, and it looks like he's pushing up against the grate, which is one of the things that kind of arrests your momentum here. So you don't want to be pushed up against the gate when you're doing these bomb jumps.
Yeah, that's right. You kind of want to stay away from it so that you get the max height and push against it so that either the Morphle goes up in the lip, or like you just get the momentum to carry over. The trigger for the ghost to be here in Arboretum is to get the item in Antechamber.
And here we have Kalibur against OP.
And Kalibur is actually doing what form of AI manipulation. If you start it looks like he actually walked a little too far in front of him. But if you start the fight immediately and skip the cutscene, he'll try to turn around to face you. Omega Pirate shares the same AI that the Phazon Pirates and Phazon Elite excuse me. The Phazon Elite have, where they have to be looking at you before they can start doing their attacks. And he's out of missiles, so he's going to be resorting to... Oh, that is not how you do that Plasma Beam strat. When you do the Plasma Beam strat, you want to burn a uncharged shot, so to speak, so that it doesn't hit him, so that you can get 2 charge shots in. You cannot one-round him with this strategy that Kalibur is doing.
Yeah, now that he's out of missiles too, he's going to have to re-break the armor plates with Plasma Beam instead.
Which it takes 2 charged plasma to do that, but you would still rather not have another round. Another thing that he was doing was manipulating where Omega Pirate would spawn. He always tries to spawn in the pool that's furthest away from you, and he will never spawn in the same pool twice. So, taking that into account, you can manipulate what pool he spawns in, because there's only 3 pools in the room. So, Jay, meanwhile, is still having trouble with this bomb jump. It may just be faster for him at this point to scan the runic symbols.
Oh, he almost had it there.
And he's still having problems with these war wasps, which will always spawn until you get rid of the war wasp hive lower below the realm.
Alright, Kalibur's on OP phase 2.
Yep. He is getting bullied by these pirates that have spawned, though.
Yeah, you'll see what the strat is. With the 2 charge shot, you see the second single non-charge shot that Kalibur fired forced him to go to the next pool, and that's what we're trying to avoid with the strategy.
Mm-hmm. But he does get a clean 2 round, so.
Oh, and Jay almost made it over that time.
I wonder at one point he's determined to get this bomb jump. I'll give him that.
There
he gets
it
that
is.
time. Good job. Very nicely done. Firing off some missiles, I think, and
Celebration.
mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Kalibur, hey, that's where our wild was. So it just switched places with Newborn. That's all.
Alright, so we're hour 36 in, and we still only have 2 of the artifacts.
Mm-hmm. We're still not in go mode. Because
Unfortunately, the rest of them are kind of lined up, so long as we find the boost ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's one of our power bombs.
Yep, power bomb expansion and processing center access. It's close enough. It's close enough, Diggle. Shush. So yeah, at this point, Kalibur, I imagine would just go to upper mines.
Yeah, there's plenty of checks up there, then plenty of good places that the boost ball can be.
And he also knows that Storage Depot A is also an artifact, so really there's no reason not to go that way.
Yeah, I think the only place the boost ball can't be is on the upstairs part of the elite research, where you need the boost ball to turn the gun around.
Mm-hmm. You can move that without boost ball, but that's not in logic, so logic cannot put it there.
That and it takes like 10 minutes.
To get it in that position, yeah.
It's like you jam your morph ball in there and it turns at about 1 degree on the 360 axis.
Something like that, yeah. Jay, meanwhile, is doing his flagger fights, like he will be able to get his power bomb in about 3 minutes, I would think. How long are these cutscenes again?
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
Oof, oof.
We're hitting every single one of those on the way up.
Yep. Oh yeah, the layers do kind of stack on top of each other here, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the trigger is to give the Metroid.
Oh,
layer.
there's our boost
Oh,
ball.
look at that!
We have our go mode. Storage Depot B.
Here,
Wow.
basically 1 hour. Oh man,
That Metroid just slapped him out of the air.
you thought you were going to Upper Mines. Hero Metroid saves Ivan here.
Yep.
I guess Ivan's a different pirate. This is Ivan's brother.
Yeah, Ivan is the wave pirate
Igor.
at the top.
Igor.
Igor. Calibur's just been bullied by every single enemy in this game. Wow.
And it's not stopping.
No, it is not. The standable spot is yeah, right there. There you go. I find it easier to do that jump that Kalibur just attempted, by the way. To hold L at the start and then release L on the second jump and just hold up. Usually that seems to get me the momentum to get over that lip.
Yeah, and then the key to the second jump here is do not hold L.
You can hold L. I actually did not know that not holding L was a strategy to get up there.
Yeah, I mean it just makes the jump so much more precise when you hold L. Yeah, and you see that he was holding L, and what happens is that you kind of bounce out of the foothold because it's such a small edge.
Yeah, what I tend to do, because I like holding L, go of the stick as I approach it to kind of make sure I stick. Oh, Jaychalke found the... He is not happy.
Not at all.
Unloading 105 missiles into there. I don't necessarily...
to be frank, that wall kind of deserves it.
Okay, he's sparing Ivan. Good. We don't have to reprimand him for that.
I think Jay is basically waiting the amount of time that you waste for the Varia cutscene to pick up this power bomb. He's putting his arms out.
Yeah.
Close his eyes.
Yeah.
Power bomb expansion acquired.
That kind of looks like he's accepting his fate at this point. He's very unhappy about this. He's even using the power bomb. This also oh yeah, he just did oh, that's unfortunate. He just did a forfeit from the race, so all Kalibur needs to do is just finish. That is very unfortunate. So in the meantime, Kalibur is doing his item cleanup now, getting his here in Phase on Mines. Then he's probably going to do Life Grove Tunnel and then reverse Frigate to finish it all up.
Yeah, so it's a very straightforward siege from this point.
Mm-hmm. The route lines up very nicely, actually. I think Kalibur may have just seen the forfeit, and that's why he paused for a second there. So I'm pretty sure at this point all he knows is that he just finished the race and he'll be crowned the winner.
Alright, Calibur's gonna take a quick safety save here.
Mm-hmm. Make sure... I don't think he's saved at all. Actually, I think the last time he saved was it was an observatory, right?
Yeah, it was the observatory when he disrespected the T pirate there.
Yeah. So yeah, he has 7 energy tanks, so death is not likely, but it's still technically possible. So I can understand safety saving.
And plus, if he's reacting to the forfeit, I mean, he knows that all he has to do is finish, and so a save just kind of makes it, just in case something like a hardware crash or something like that, he can still
Yeah, I do
restart.
believe that. Yeah, I do believe he is running on doll, so that is more susceptible to crashing than running Nintendo on a Wii would be. I think he's double checking his artifacts now. Life Grove Tunnel, and then your last 2 are in. Yep.
Yep, so he's got his route. He's going to finish it off.
Mm-hmm. And he's heading up to Life Grove Tunnel right now. Gets a power bomb from the seedling, which is nice. Means you don't have to worry about hunting for one. I believe they have a pretty high drop rate too. Anyway. Oh. Yep, got the bars down. And he'll be heading over to Life Grove. Well, Life Grove Tunnel specifically.
Yeah, and there's really no other item that Kalibur could pick up that would make his job here any easier. So we've got all the beam combos. We've got plenty of power bombs.
Mm-hmm. He really has all the tools just to make everything go as quickly as possible. Doesn't go for the double bomb jump though, and Life Grove Tunnel showing why it's such a bad room.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, but there's just so many bonkable spots in that half pipe.
Yeah, it's just there's way too many opportunities to just lose all of your momentum. It's really bad. And Kalibur was getting stuck in those branches there for a moment, but about to pick up his. This is his 5th artifact now.
Yes, it will be. So Jaychalke has officially forfeit, but I think he's going to confirm his worst fears are true.
Yeah. Well, he needs to pick up a power bomb first.
The seed's still trolling even after he's forfeit.
That's not even the seed, that's just the game itself. Oh wow, it doesn't even give him a power bomb. How mean can you get? It is interesting to know it is a little hard through this room backwards because of the blast trigger, I believe. It makes the physics change subtly. I'm not sure why, but Kalibur gets it done fairly quickly. Also, as another note, it's a randomizer change what we're going to be doing. Normally, going through the frigate in reverse is only possible if you get one, but we have a randomizer change to power the door from the other side. I've never seen a T-posing drone before. Second one there, Kalibur. And that wasn't
Don't do it, Jaychalke. You've got so much to live for.
No! No, Jaychalke, please. Oh no. Press F. And in case anyone wanted something like a power line, no, it's not there. Just a missile. And Jaychalke in chat here. And meanwhile, Kalibur is going to be coming up to the door I mentioned. That is normally just unpowered on both sides, but has the randomizer change. Something killed his forward momentum. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, those gel zaps are very interesting the way they work. Oh, and we are joined by Jaychalke now, who is forfeited from the race. But GG's to you, Jaychalke.
Hey, thanks. How's it going?
Yep.
So what did you think of that seed?
It was kind of wild. I felt like I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth some more.
Yeah, no, the seed pretty much had both of you doing the same thing.
When I went down into I almost said Norfair. Is it Norfair? No, wait, no. Magmore?
Magmore.
Yeah. I'm from Super Metroid, so I don't know like a lot of the names. But when I went down there and I found Grapple Beam, I was like, oh wow. So then I went all the way back to Talon, and then I went back to Magmore, and I went back to Talon, and then Chozo, and then it was just like, and then I lost where I was at. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So I'm just like roaming. And then I kind of forgot about. I forgot that the little flower boss existed.
Flagra, yeah.
Yeah, that one. I forgot that existed.
Okay, well, we were thinking that maybe you knew that was that there was an artifact in that room, but you weren't sure whether it was actually on the boss or if it was on the ghost fight that spawns afterward.
Ah,
and it turns out that the artifact was on the ghost fight afterward. And so we were thinking that you were kind of putting that off because you thought it was an artifact the whole time.
Interesting. Let's just say that. Also, well, I mean, I'm happy though. Like, I got the scan dash off the ship in the beginning.
Yeah, I think you got that. It was about the same time Kalibur did. So
that was my first time ever.
Wow.
Nice, congrats.
So I was pretty hype about that, and it was Morph Ball, which I was like, what?
Yeah, that's like one of the best items you can get there next to missiles.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get my missile pack. It's gonna be nice, but it was Morph Ball. But Morph Ball led me to a missile pack next to the ship, so I was like, sweet, I'm on a roll.
And then the sea went downhill from there, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen artifacts as bad as a seed.
Yeah, you were the one that went straight to Artifact Temple, or no? It was Kalibur that went straight to Artifact.
Kalibur that did that. Yeah.
But you were the first one to read them, and you were the first one to reveal to us how incredibly bad the seed was going to be.
Yeah, those I am not envious of those artists. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Well,
For a while.
This is a super fun randomizer, though.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the movement.
Yeah, Metroid Prime is just a fun game in terms of movement.
Oh, is Kalibur
Yeah.
like finishing up? Wow.
Yeah, he's
Kalibur
finishing
is
up. He
just getting into the Meta Ridley fight. He's
and
actually watching
not the Meta Ridley fight. It's the oh, what was it? The Super Ridley.
Super Ridley, no, Super Reaper, Grizzly Super Reaper Ridley. There we go.
Oh.
Place your bets now on how many times Ridley will charge. Do you think it'll be like 14 like Ridley did during my race?
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Behind that wall that I didn't get a power bomb for, what was behind it?
What do you? Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. It was probably one of the trolliest things it could give you at that point.
Dang it.
Because that unlocks the rest of the seed for you, definitely.
Yeah, because there's a lot of places you can go with that.
Yeah. So after you get the spider ball there, then your gravity suit is in the Hall of the Elders.
Wow.
And then you had all the beams, so then you could start working your way through Pirate Labs.
Yeah, that's.
And then your phazon was in Gravity Chamber, and then what Kalibur did is he went down into Mines, went to Omega Pirate first, but then found Boost Ball in Storage Depot A or B, excuse me.
Storage Depot B.
Because Depot A,
Depot.
yeah, the Depot
No
A has the
grab free
thing.
location basically, and A was where the artifact.
Oh, we have one dash already.
Oh, he just roars immediately? Rude. Grizzly Super Reaper Ridley is just mocking me. Oh, the invulnerability!
Yeah,
Wow.
invincibility glitch. So I'm not sure how big the frame window is, but basically if you make him vulnerable just as he's about to do another attack or transition, he'll just be invincible. Like that!
Oh man, that's twice now.
Yeah.
But he just keeps roaring, so it's fine.
Yeah. Like, it's when he charges... Oh, shut up, Mel. It's when he charges is when it can be bad, because then it's harder to hit him. The example is not needed, Ridley. Yikes.
Well, thank you guys so much for commentary.
Oh,
Yeah, no problem,
Thank you for participating in this race, too,
I think
despite
that's 8 charges, 9 charges.
Have a great day.
Alright, you do the
Me
same.
too, 10 charges,
Oh, and everyone, do be sure to give Jaychalke a follow.
11. 12.
13. Wow. 13 charges and he can still do more. But another invincibility
12
glitch.
charges and 3 or 4 invulnerability glitches. Wow. Oh, he just misses
Another
it. Oh my god! What is this nonsense? Okay, he's dead. Finally.
How many missiles does Kalibur have left?
I think only like 5?
Wow, that was the most unfortunate Ridley I've ever seen.
He came into this with like 105, 110 for context. Ugh. As if we needed any more trolling in this seed.
Hey, just wait. There's still essence. We could do like pool skips next.
Oh, and Exo can charge a million times and change beams like 5 times in a row.
To be fair, if you know the manipulation, pool skips are easy to avoid.
But Exo could still just charge and change beam weaknesses like a million times, so it's fine. We can still get that maximum troll.
There is also an AI manipulation which keeps Exo from doing those charges. I'm not sure how well practiced Kalibur actually is in that, but we'll see. We'll see if he's probably also going to take the missile refill station by this point. It's not even going for
Yeah,
the
because
climb
he needs
either.
to take he has to take the missile refill station because otherwise he can't use the flamethrower on Exo.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the real tragedy here. Oh man, you're taking the long way around.
yeah, no quick climbing up here.
All the Metroids are being really kind for some reason.
You say that now, but they've been
Yeah,
known
I
to.
should shut up.
Oh, he's not going
He's
for the
not
refill.
going for the refill. He's just gonna take his 2 supers. I think he's going to regret this.
I would have to agree with that. Unless he's
Yeah.
banking on the grenades giving him missile drops, but that's...
Yeah, on
You
a
know,
more
you could just
serious
get 83
note.
missiles from one thing.
Yeah, on a more serious note, it is nice to have a few missiles going into the Exo fight for those grenades that he launches at you. Just
True.
toss a missile at them, and then of course the super is an ice spreader because you have them.
And also the
Yeah.
Wave Buster. When you have, like, 100 plus missiles, it's actually faster to use Wave Buster, at least on one of the Wave Beams. Speaking of which, he's starting with a Wave Beam.
Yep. Oh, that's a mean attack.
That is.
Yeah, taking that to the face, you'll break your lock on.
It looks
Yeah,
like he
that's-
does somewhat... No, he's staying far away. So the manip for the Exo fight is to get in front of him, to make him do a melee attack, and then you jump over that, get in front of him again, and just rinse and repeat. That attack right there that he's doing right now. The one that... Does he forget that he has supers?
He might be saving the missiles,
That's fair enough.
since he opted not to get the refill. Oh, he just got jostled out of the way, that shot. That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Perp subchamber 1. Let us...
Go to subchamber the second.
Yeah,
So in
I guess we
this
forgot to mention that. Yeah, it's power and wave in the first chamber, and that's power, wave, and ice in this chamber.
And then it adds
power, wave,
plasma.
ice.
It adds plasma and
Oh, we figured out what he was saving the missiles for.
well, there goes our flamethrower dream. That is way too close to him for that snipe. Generally, you want to be farther back to get the snipes as he's charging and the turnaround.
Yeah.
He's not even going for this one. Probably just going to go for the turnaround shot.
Yeah.
And that barely got...
Wave beam is a neat thing to connect with, at least.
Yeah, because we haven't mentioned it before, but all the wave beam shots are homing.
Oh no, he just fired 2 missiles at one bomb. Already got
Looks
5,
like-
it's fine.
Yeah, you got a missile drop.
Oh, he went for a super missile, but he missed it.
Oh,
Oh, he hit the second one at least, but he's not going to get a missile drop from that one in time.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's gonna go into the next subchamber immediately.
I think at that point, well, no, I don't think he was using any charged power beam shots on that. And it's giving him an ice beam, to start. Important to note, this is also the subchamber when he starts with when he starts being able to use the tractor beam attack,
Yeah.
which actually isn't too bad because it can give you a lot of free shots, and that's still not far back enough.
Yeah.
But hey, he did a good job aiming those ice beams.
He did. That was a pretty good ice beam phase. And got
He can get
another.
the tractor beam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
well, why did
take
you-
advantage of it. You line straight up.
Mm-hmm. Let's give him a lot of tractor beams, actually.
I don't know why he's letting go of the lock-on, though. He doesn't have to.
Yeah. That's still way too close. You need to be... Exo doesn't actually start becoming vulnerable to beam again until he gets about to the end of his charge.
Didn't actually realize that, so I guess that's why I've missed it.
Yeah, you
Forever.
need to stand pretty far back to actually be able to get the shot off in the first place. And then from there, it's just a matter of aiming and timing.
Right.
Yeah, how precise is the spot to hit him on the turnaround?
On the turnaround, it's not precise at all. On the charge, it's a little more precise, but with some practice, it can be not too bad to get. If you don't know what you're doing, then it can be tricky.
All
So,
right,
like,
that's
it's-
3 sections down, so it should be the plasma this time, right?
Yep.
Oh, he just barely misses
Oh,
it.
just missed.
Yeah. Looks like he's waiting to kill this phase before... or to get some missiles before killing this phase, rather.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Want at least one, maybe two supers.
One ice spreader.
Alright, on to Subchamber 4, where we will get some bad content for sure.
That's right, it's completely random, and you can change it any given at the drop of a hat.
The manipulation that from earlier that I talked about does kind of help mitigate it a little bit,
A little.
but
Oh yeah.
I don't help against
Ice and then
that.
charge, wow.
well, giving some more grenades, some more chances for missiles. So now he has 10. That's enough to activate a Wave Buster.
Yeah, he's probably gonna save it for an ice spreader.
Oh, no!
Oh, here it is!
Oh, we have it! Our meme is fulfilled.
I appreciate Kalibur taking the time to have a bit of fun since he knows he's not in danger of losing. Danger, quote unquote. That sounds pretty mean, actually. That's not. I don't mean to be mean to Jaychalke, I swear.
No, but
Yeah, but Kalibur is aware that Jaychalke forfeited in the IRC channel, so
Yeah.
there's information that he is allowed to have. So it's not like he's stream sniping.
Oh,
wow.
That's twice now. He's frozen.
Super
and then
speed, super speed into the freeze, into a charge.
granted, Kalibur did just kind of back up and not jump, but then he got charged, which was dumb.
And it's on super speed, so the snipe is actually very hard to hit. And
Oh
it's
my
still
God.
super speed.
Oh, we got another flame.
We got it twice. We were only expecting one. We weren't expecting two.
Kalibur, a man
If
of the
only
people.
he had refilled on missiles.
If only.
We should totally criticize him for that in the thing and tell him you could have flamed forward even more if you gotten a missile refill, but you didn't.
Well, we got it. We got it not once but twice, so I'm happy with that.
All right, sure, Metroid Prime, you do whatever.
Okay. Sure. Just go to worst beam.
Oh my God, at least he's almost dead.
Yeah, this should be able to take him out.
Yep, there we go.
There it is.
Rip the Exo, rip the giant crab.
Now let's see if he knows about the manipulation.
Or remembers it in timeline. Or maybe he'll just do what I do and remember the manipulation about 2
Oh, he's
seconds
he's
after I
giving us
move.
music. He's giving us the music.
You can't skip
Oh.
it at this point. Now you can skip it.
Oh.
We are getting some frame drops on him.
Oh yeah. It looks like he does know about the manip. Yep, he does.
Yeah, he is doing the manip. So
The manip being nothing.
yeah, if you just stay still, it guarantees that he lays a pool, that Essence lays a pool in one of 4 locations, all of which are pretty good locations.
Yep.
All right, and then the strategy here is to kind of shoot Metroid Prime with a particular cadence to interrupt his attacks to help speed along the next pool.
Yeah, he's dropping some frames, so we can't actually see how well he's doing this, but it sounds like he's going too fast.
Yeah, it sounds about the right rhythm. Alright, there goes the pool.
Yeah. So she was probably.
Yeah, it was pretty close. So just one extra attack in there.
Yeah.
He might have been holding down the button for a bit long. It's really hard. Alright. He's not dropping the frames, he's saving them. Also, rip the stream.
Yeah.
Save the frames, kill the stream. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, we've had a couple of drops throughout the race, but I think he'll come back here in just a moment.
Yeah.
We got another frame. We've entered slideshow, guys. Oh no.
Hopefully. Oh, we got sound back.
All right, we're about halfway done.
Yeah. I think he can kill with some good pool canceling, but it's going to be tricky to get a 3 pool at this point. Just looking at where the health is.
Yeah,
Yep.
so for the last pool, you want to kind of step in and step out of the pool when you make the shots, and that's what prevents the pool from being drained, so that you can get some extra damage off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the ideal strategy is to kind of use the first 2 pools to set up the 3rd pool, and then do the pool cancel on the 3rd.
That would be correct. Unfortunately, we lost the audio again and in the video feed.
Rip the frames. End the stream. I guess this is the answer to the age-old question: to save the frames or kill the animals. Why not kill both? Go for the genocide ending.
Let's give it a couple more seconds, see if we get it back here.
Oh, it does
Here
sound
it
like
is.
we're getting it back.
Got one more pool, I believe. Oh,
He's
2 more?
he's in a thermal phase. He must have gotten a pool skip.
Yikes. That's
It
probably
sounds like-
time.
That sounds like it.
Sounds like he
Yep.
is done.
All right, Kalibur
Yep, he
finishes
is.
the race. Official SRL time: 2 hours, 12 minutes, 53 seconds. GG's.
That's
Get those in
pretty-
chat.
Yeah, GG's. That's a pretty good time for this garbage seed.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is definitely a good time.
All right, let's get him in here for an interview.
Yep.
Righto, I will get right on that. Oh, never mind, he's already here. And set up.
Awesome.
And there is
Yeah.
our winner. Congratulations, Kalibur.
GG.
Thanks. GG.
So,
do you want to talk about those artifacts?
Oh god, that was the punch in the gut I was expecting.
To be honest, a lot of us were expecting that Thardus would have a progression item. Just for
I
the
was-
the Turbo Trash All Boss Seed.
Oh god. That
One of the
was-
interesting things, your opponent actually checked all the artifacts before you did, and so we knew what you
Really?
were in store for about 30 minutes before you did.
There's also something else I want to ask about. Is that your worst Ridley fight yet?
I don't know. I mean, it's the second one I've completed this tournament.
Yeah, I think we counted, what, 13 charges on it?
13
Yeah.
charges and like
Yeah,
4
that
or
was
5
bad.
invincibility glitches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the single most unfortunate Ridley I've seen so far.
Yeah, I was mad about that, but I
Hey, at
made
least
And like you wound up with only like 5 missiles left afterward. It
12.
was really 12 missiles,
Mhm.
but and we were lamenting the fact that you didn't have enough missiles to do a flamethrower, but you came through for us.
Twice.
Came through twice for us with a flamethrower on power phase.
Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. It probably would have finished EXO faster, but
Eh,
I decided
memes.
yes, for the meme.
I mean, we
For
had
the
enough.
fans.
We had enough memes this seed already with the artifact locations. Flamethrower on incinerator.
Yeah,
And yet another storage depot A required seed.
I mean,
man.
artifacts weren't placed badly. You could reverse through mines and get just about all of them.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
they were.
just more
they
the
were
insult.
They were
of
just in
having
bad
to-
place. They were just in bad places, but you could.
Yeah, it's just the insult of having to do Ghosts and Omega Pirate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked like that you actually did route out pretty well once you started getting more progression items.
Yeah, I was worried I was making a lot of bad plays, especially not going to Fendrana, but I guess it worked out. But
Yeah, your opponent did go to Fendrana pretty early without the plasma beam looking for after acquiring the bombs, and so that it did get him the wave beam early, but that was about the only advantage he had.
mm,
And then you were the first one to fight Flagra and find the progression through the power bombs. And unfortunately, your opponent, I think, knowing that there was a artifact in Sun Chamber, was putting that off, and then did not want to fight Flagra and get the and that was the only power bomb expansion logically available to him, and so that was what he needed to get the spider ball and break open the seed.
ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was excuse me. It was unfortunate, but sometimes seeds just end up like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is one of the stupider seeds I've seen so far. Like, less outright bad than the 3-hour one we had between Super Bros and Migs, but still, interesting in its own way.
I mean, I got lucky that I found Gravity Suit and Grapple Beam before going to Gravity Chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had PTSD flashbacks walking into that room. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was bad.
Well,
Well, any final thoughts? I don't really have anything else that.
Nope, not really.
Yeah, pretty much 100% items except for the missiles and e-tanks.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You are, I believe,
you
Our
have a full
first-
tracker.
our first 100% tracker completion.
Really?
I think so. I might have to take a look at some more bonds, but you're the first one I know of.
Oh,
You have everything completed on our on-stream track.
wow.
So I think your prize is an unlimited supply of Metroid Prime Randomizer seeds. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. I wish I had a month's supply of Metroid Prime randomizer seeds.
We all do, but I do now.
Darn. I guess I'll just have to get good.
All right, so I think we're going to wrap this up. So again, everyone out there, please follow both the runners. That's Jaychalke and Kalibur. Follow our tracker tonight. It was Digglerath. And
And
follow
I
my
definitely
co-commentator.
Definitely didn't just become a commentator for no reason. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
And then also follow my co-commentator THK573. We've got the links there in chat. Also, be sure to follow the entire network of SpeedGaming channels. That's SpeedGaming, SpeedGaming 2 through 6, and then the foreign language SpeedGaming Portuguese, Francais, Espanol, and Deutsch.
And I will also say follow my co-commentator Chris.
Just follow them. Follow both the commentators. Do it. Do it.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, we will see you all next mission.
Yep, yep, yep.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.